Good evening, everybody. Andreas here from Asia Mind Dynamics, and today we are going to talk about the fear of failure and the fear of success. And it's a really big topic to talk about because it's so prevalent everywhere across the world. More so fear of failure than fear of success, which is much more unconscious. And I want to start the session by quoting somebody who wrote quite a good book. The book was called The Failure Project by a guy called Anup Kochhar. And what did he say, this Anup Kochhar? Hey, Cairo, good to see you. All right. Thank you so much for being here and really so punctual. I really appreciate it. This guy, he was writing, thanks for the likes. This guy was writing, how does a child of 6 or 7 perceive failures or success? It is society, parents, teachers, relatives, and neighbors, society, who together brand him as a failure. And it is this branding that creates the fear of failure in him. It's actually so very sad. I usually think like this, that the first 5 to 6 years, whatever a child does is perfect, right? And somewhat after they turn 7 or 8 or 9 years old, suddenly everything a child does is wrong. You didn't do your homework, you didn't brush your teeth, you could have studied harder. Something is terribly going wrong. What is it? Now, I do know that you're all here. So if you look forward to this session here right now, I would like you to press like. Press the like button at the like of the Facebook thing. So that I do know that I'm on the right track, that you are really here. Press like. I would love you to like it right now. And when you press like, maybe you can even share. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can even, I'm very external here right now. You can even share these videos immediately with your friends because we just got started and maybe they have a time to log in and still watch it. Right? Good. Let's get started now. You see, talking about fear of failure, fear of success, it's much easier for us to identify fear of failure. Fear of success, it's much harder. So it's really tough to talk about it or to feel about it because fear of success is deep inside of us, very, very unconscious. We might not even be aware of it. So what's going on there? Let's talk about it. Where is the fear actually coming from? Why do you want to learn about the fear? Well, because fear is holding us back, holds all of us back. Thank you. You see, fear comes from evolutionary reasons. Evolutionary reasons. See, it's a feeling of defense. It's a reaction by the mind. Reaction serves to protect us. The mind tries to protect us. Initially, when we are hundreds of years, thousands of years ago, maybe even, okay? Our mind tried to protect us. Fear of failure was really, really useful to survive predators, the saber-toothed tigers if they were around, or the big lions. We had to watch out because there was only a few of us. Hey, Campaign, I'm really happy to see you here. And Sandy, good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right. So this fear was there to help us survive. Now, that was the time when we somehow most likely create a comfort zone. The fear is always when we are outside of our comfort zone. Really, it's outside of the comfort zone. And the comfort zone defines our boundaries of where we feel comfortable. Anything outside, we feel the fear. Anything outside, we don't want to go out anymore. And that's the scary part for many of us. And they just don't want to push further. Our system, our neurology is warning us. Hello, there's a tiger. Hello, there's a predator. We're going to get killed. We won't survive. Even though it's useless nowadays. How many lions do you see on a day-to-day basis? We don't need that fear anymore. But it's so deeply entrenched inside of our unconscious mind. So it worked well, evolutionary, when our comfort zone was the safety of our tribe, the little people we worked with day in, day out, or lived with in the caves. We had to watch out. It was risky and unfamiliar. The plain field, the forest was scary. We had to watch out, and that was holding us back. Now, fear of failure today is instilled inside of us from early childhood onwards, like I quoted initially, of course. And you know, we are told to do, avoid this, don't do that, don't eat it, and it's okay. You don't want to eat your child, sorry, warning right now, you don't want to have your child eating a cockroach. We got to watch out. And we are instilling the fear of cockroaches and bad taste inside of us then, of course. And we want to watch out that our child doesn't blindly cross the street. Wonderful, absolutely okay. That's a useful fear to have, right? Would you agree with me on this one, guys? It's a useless, it's a useful fear to not cross the street, to be scared of cars, to be scared of wild animals, to be scared of snakes, to be scared of the dark aisle we are not aware of. Very useful. Now, when we have this fear inside of us, when parents do certain stuff of us, if we don't study hard, we fail. If we don't do this, it will be terrible. We won't get rich if we don't study hard and get the A's. And don't you dare to fail, because you will not get ... whatever. These limiting beliefs, these negative emotions gets installed inside of us, ultimately become our negative or limiting beliefs. And they are forming the lens through which we stare at the world. If you like what you hear, feel free to tip in a like or tip in a heart. I love you guys, so please support me a little bit here, okay? Would be really, really wonderful, because I appreciate all of you being here right now. We feel fear, but hey, the fear of failure. While I was preparing for this session, I was studying that stuff actually. And the thing really is, thank you, is actually, it's a fear of failure. And behind the fear of failure, oftentimes is also shame. You see, failing, when we perceivably fail, it can cause a feeling of disappointment, can cause a feeling of regret and sadness. It can feel a feeling of confusion. All of those are not so good feelings, of course. But deep inside of us can be the fear of shame. I didn't work hard enough. I didn't make it. It's about me not studying hard enough. And that's a scary part. See, regret is a little bit outside. Shame is attacking ourselves, our identity. And that's a painful part. If you feel ashamed of something. And how many parents do you hear talking to their children? Shame, 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 shame if the kid runs around a little bit naked. Hey, it's a kid. What do we do then? Yeah, okay, it's culturally appropriate. We need to have that, of course, somewhere along the line. We can't walk around nakedly all day long. Some of you might want to walk around nakedly. It doesn't matter. But it's a shame we're installing in a kid. The shame of failing. The shame of not being good enough. The shame of not managing us. And it's a toxic emotion. It doesn't make us feel bad about our action. It makes us feel bad about ourselves. Another why we fear to fail is we are disappointing other people. Hey, disappointing our parents, because again, we were not good enough. And it feels terrible inside of us, deep inside of us, that we are not good enough for our parents, that we didn't meet their standards. But we are little child only. Understand that. How can we do that? Kids try the best they can at any situation, just like your parents actually do. Now, how do we overcome this fear of failure? If you learned NLP, you should know that famous statement, there's only failure. There's only failure, you're right, that's a... There's only feedback and no failure. You know that. Who knows it? You know this. Cairo, you know that stuff, right? You should know it. There's only feedback and no failure. Because if we push our boundaries, if we are stepping out of our comfort zone, if we are growing mentally, hey, what happens is we must feel a certain negative emotion. If we don't feel that negative emotion, we don't learn. But it's not fear, gosh. It is learning, constantly moving the boundaries, going forward, making it happen, making it happen. And then one day you come to the point where you say, yes, I've made it. I succeeded in something. There's no failure, only feedback. Now, in order to overcome the fear of failure, we need to learn to use our mind. Most people don't know, sorry to say that, most people don't know how to use a mind. We need to visualize, how does success look like to us? How would we know we succeed? Work your way backwards. And as we work our way backwards, imagine you succeed. What is it that scares you so much? Visualize it. Get used to that feeling. And then work your way backwards towards now. So you actually know what you need to do in order to get started. That's as easy as it is. Work your way backwards. Visualize your success. What does it look like when you succeed? The scary situation. How does it make you feel? What do you hear? What do you say to yourself in your mind when you succeeded? If the feeling gets scary, stop doing it for a while. Break the pattern, but then start again. Now, if you certainly, Tom Peters, one strong management and wonderful guy, a management guru in the US. I don't know if he's still around. I hope he's still around. It was my guru, my Sifu initially. He always said, fail forward fast. FFF, fail forward fast. And when you fail forward fast, you're learning constantly. You're always out of your comfort zone. You can always ask yourself, what can you learn from that situation? How can you grow as a person from this experience? What are 2 or 3 or 4 situations, pointers from that situation that helped you to grow, that made you a stronger person? How can you learn something from that perceived failure? If you learn something, you grow. And when you have learned it, it won't happen anymore. You have pushed your boundary forward. So what else can you learn from that specific event that scared you so much? And somebody else by the name of William D. Brown, don't ask me who that is right now, I'm Googling it up afterwards. He said, failure is an event, never a person. Because everybody, if you learn NLP, you know that. Everybody is doing the best they can with the resources available. That's about fear of failure. More unconscious, deep inside of us. Why do I point to me? Deep inside of us is the fear of success. And somebody by Marianne Williamson, some of you might know this quote, so give me a like if you like that quote, because it's a real great quote. Don't give a like yet, because I'm getting started now. She said, and you might know that, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measures. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightened us. What a powerful, powerful quote. Press like if you like that quote. Give me a hug, a heart one more time, please, if you like this quote, because I love this quote. Now, what is fear of success? Thank you. Imagine you're working on something. Imagine you're working on something. You find yourself at the verge of big success. And suddenly, things start to go wrong. Things start to go wrong. We see little evidences of things going wrong. For example, what happened to me when I was still working, when I had a tough meeting. Somebody else was with me in that meeting. We had a telephone conference. And suddenly I had to go to the toilet. When it came push to shove, I always had the feeling I got to go outside. That's fear of success, you know. Somebody else luckily took over my job at that point of time. But I was fear of success. If you get stomach aches, diarrhea maybe, if something really comes up strongly, fear of success. Other physical symptoms like headaches that prevent us from completing what we are working on right now, that holds us back, is fear of success. Getting distracted. Getting distracted by Facebook. If the notification in Facebook becomes more important than the actual work you're doing, that's fear of success. Furiously working on many different projects is also fear of success, by not being focused on what really is burning. Some people even say procrastination, holding back and getting started on something, is a fear of success. and then burning the midnight oil to get things done. It's a feeling of agitation even within us when other people do everything wrong and we feel we're blaming other people for stuff. Why suddenly what's up with them? How come they're not working hard enough? Can't they see how important this project is? We are blaming other people for being inadequate to our perceived standard, while deep inside of us, it's a fear of feeling inadequate and not wanting to complete it. All of those are classical symptoms of fear of success. And it's dangerous, actually, because it suddenly hits us deep within us, and we don't know where it's coming from. And it's even harder because we have a success-oriented culture. We are supposed to manage everything so many times, and it's really scary. I felt it within myself, and one time asked me, Andreas, how would it be for you if you were to present in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people? Now I'm speaking in front of 400 or 500 people or 800 people, and I suddenly realized, hey Kai, I suddenly realized Kai is here. No, I suddenly realized, whoa, 4,000 people, 5,000 people, will I actually be able to manage that? That gave me the feeling of fear deep inside me, like, wow, I'm not ready to do that yet. I needed to do something to make it happen. I'll share with you afterwards what happened when I made it happen. But I mentioned a little bit on this. Hi, Millie. I mentioned a little bit on this one already. We have a badminton player in Malaysia by the name of Lee Chong Wei. He has a mindset of failure, a fear of success, because he had this one guy, Lee Dan. The moment he heard that word, Lee Dan, and he's going to play against me, oh my God, I'm going to not win again, I'm going to lose a game again. And when you know him, when you watch interviews with him, or when you saw him, you know exactly how he went onto the field, and you could see how he starts to not really getting it done. Right now, in the UK, at the Premier Football Club, Premier League, Liverpool FC, I'm not sure if you're a Liverpool fan here, they also appear to have a fear of success. Anytime when they get started getting closer and closer to the top of the league, suddenly something is happening. They are not longer playing at their best. Suddenly they're missing a penalty or they are losing against teams everybody thinks they should win. That's fear of success. Suddenly things go wrong, and people oftentimes don't know what it is and try to find excuses. Some people, to avoid getting hurt from this one, it's also happening, they don't want to buy the most expensive products, even if it's good to them or for them. They know, if I buy this product, I might succeed, and it scares them. And they don't want to go out on doing this. They rather buy something cheaper, something which is less scary, makes them feel more comfortable. A friend of mine just broke up in a relationship. And I believe it's fear of success as well, because that relationship was beautiful and successful. And there might have been a fear of commitment. And that could also be a fear of success. What happens if I get taken away? Oh, the thunder is coming on here right now. So even the thunder is agreeing with me right now. So some people actually break up in their relationship before the magic word is spoken. Do you want to marry me? Do you want to get deeper into that relationship? What do we do about it? In all areas of our life, we should not blame other people if certain things go wrong. You should know you are accountable. You are accountable for everything that happened in our life. We are at cause. Do not blame other people. If certain things go wrong, think back, realize, how am I responsible for it right now? What can I do differently? Realize negative emotions come up. Realize, become aware of your pattern, that things might go haywire. Visualize again what happens if you can succeed. Things can go wrong. It doesn't matter if you are like me as an NLP trainer, or if you are successful in your own relationship, or wherever you are, things can go wrong. But take the responsibility for you. It's you. Only then you can learn. Nobody else can learn from you. We can't blame families. We can't blame our partners. We can't blame anymore our upbringing. Hey, we can't blame our kids for our situation. It is us. We need to learn to take responsibility for our life. If we don't take responsibility, nobody else does, and we are not pushing our boundaries. We are not getting ahead and doing certain things. It's not a fault, it's a learning. If we are pushing a learning away, we will never learn. If we are accepting the learnings, if we are accepting things can go wrong, we are growing all time long. Questions for you are, how does success look like to you? Success for some could be, I want to be I want to be in a happy relationship. Success might be getting the next promotion. Success might be, I'm creating a wonderful relationship. Success might mean I'm creating financial freedom. Success can be anything to anybody. How would you know how it looks like? What will it do for me? You asked that question, not for me. Huh? What will it do for you when you succeed? What will it do for you when you're finally succeeding? And what will happen next once you succeed? Your life changes. What happens next? Most people don't consider that. What happens next? You succeed. The next step is what you need to visualize. You have succeeded. Imagine you are succeeding dramatically much. Where's my finger? You're succeeding right now dramatically much. What comes next? That's the important part, because when you realize what comes next, you can prepare yourself mentally already. The main part really is, you can only solve a problem, you can only solve your issues inside of you, inside your mind, when you can identify it. It is about identifying who you are as a person, how you tick upside here, inside here. Nobody teaches you that. You must take the initiative. Learn as much as you can. Learn as much as you can about yourself, of how it makes you feel, and what happens within yourself when you go out doing your thing. Once you get that, once you learn those, you will be just fine. So guys and girls, I'm stopping here now. I would love you if you could share. I'm appreciating that you are here today. If you share this video, share it with other people. It would be wonderful. If you liked what you heard, give me a one more hug, or one more heart, or one more like. Thank you so much. Because it's really important to me that more people learn about how to manage their mind. Nobody teaches us that. Learn it and you become successful. Teach it to your kids and become successful. Share this video and other people can become successful, because if you share, you grow and you have a discussion. And also what I would like you to do is, if you were to tell me what you would like me to share, what kind of thoughts, what would be something I could talk about in the next live feed. The next live feed is next Tuesday, most likely the same time. If it's a good time for you, also share this with me. So if it's a good time in the evening time, wonderful, I'll do that again. If Tuesday is good, I'll do that again. If you have something special that you want me to talk about, let me know early and I talk just for you and everybody else. In the meantime, always realize you can create your life. You are in charge of your mind and you can create your life. Realize that and you'll be fine. For the time being, bye-bye. This is Andreas here from Asia Mind Dynamics, logging off, and all the best. Create your life. Bye-bye.